Hi everyone, I'm Phil Lord.
And I'm Chris Miller.
And I'm Haley Steinfeld, and we want to welcome you to the official YouTube after party to celebrate the release of the first trailer for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
We're here to talk about the trailer and of course reveal a few exclusive details. Don't tell anyone about the film in this first ever trailer drop after party.
And thank you so much, Haley, for being here to celebrate with us and for returning to the role of Gwen, aka Spider-Gwen.
Just when I thought it couldn't get any more spectacular, we see this trailer, and now I'm just at a loss for words.
It feels like a party, right?
It's a party.
It always
It's a
feels
bunch
like
of lights
party.
and 3 chairs, and
Let's
people sit where their
I will
legs
say,
crossed.
we didn't shout out the directors.
The incredible Kemp Powers, who worked on Soul and One Night in Miami, and it came up with the germ of the idea that turned into this trailer. Justin Thompson, who this is the first time he's stepping into the director's chair.
A production designer on the first movie and a visual genius. And Joaquim Dos Santos, who is probably the best action director there is in animation and super, super talented. The 3 of them doing gangbusters work.
Also exciting is that Bob Persichetti, one of the directors in the last movie, is on this film as an EP and working every day on the animation.
I, much like the fans everywhere, I imagine, are dying to know more about the story. The trailer definitely hints at the action that we would expect, but it's also so rooted and really grounded in its heart and in its family, which has really always been at the center, right, of this story.
The thing that was indestructible from the very first screening is Miles and his family. He is from like an intact together family with 2 parents that are trying to like do a great job, and that's one of his superpowers.
And and Miles is a teenager. When you're growing up, there's that feeling of you want to like see what the world has to offer, and you want to go out there, and the push and pull of wanting to stay rooted with your family, and then also leave the nest is part of what the whole movie's about. And so the first movie was about the idea that anyone could wear the mask, and this movie's really about how do you wear the mask.
You mentioned that Miles is wanting to see more of Gwen.
Yes.
It's sort of like the older girl that goes off to college a year earlier, and the kid who's like, maybe I'll come up and visit you at college sometime, and you're like, okay.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I got a lot going on,
But basically, you get invited into Oscar Isaac's cool Spider Force.
Oh, so I'm the cool.
You're the cool one. You're the cool one.
And you get invited into like this spider society, and Miles doesn't. And you sort of can't tell him why. So we have some exclusive images to reveal to you guys.
Right here on this YouTube after party. Jess Drew.
Woo!
Here she is, played by Issa Rae.
She looks really cool.
You may notice that she is pregnant, which is based on a run of the comics where she was pregnant during the Secret Wars. And what's cool about Gwen is that she has a special relationship with Jess because she sees her as a potential mentor, someone who seems to have it all figured out, but learns ultimately it's hard.
She is amazing, and she, in this film, you guys, from what I have seen, the little that I've seen, beyond.
All right, now we're going to do another character reveal. This one is of Spider-Man India, Pavitra Pavakar. He lives in a world we're calling Mumbattan, which is based on these 70s comic books in India.
Yeah, the idea for this dimension is that it's Manhattan, but in reverse. So instead of it going up, it goes down.
Should we do another character reveal?
Okay.
There it is, Spider-Punk, voiced by Daniel Kaluuya.
So cool.
Hobie Brown. He's got a lot of flair.
He's a really fun character. He's bringing his Camden.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's from Camden, like the birthplace of punk.
And and he and Gwen are best buddies, and they have a rapport. They're both musicians. They're both like badass, and it makes Miles feel a little jealous that they've got this like this bond going on between them, and he's a lot of fun character.
Have you noticed that your shoes are different in this movie?
Yes.
From the last.
Yes.
You've got the Spider-Gwen Chucks now.
The Spider-Gwen Chucks, which we just wrote this into the movie, they are Hobies. And
What?
You borrowed them.
Stop. Okay, Jake Johnson's Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Peter B. Parker.
Peter B. Parker was wearing a baby Bjorn.
Yes, good eye.
Right.
Good eye.
With no sans baby.
So he's in a family way.
Yeah, that's right. Peter got back with Mary Jane, and they had a baby, Mayday, baby Mayday. who is in the
What?
film. It is true. She looks
has-
like this. She's half spider blood in her, so she's got some spider stuff going on. Parenting is hard enough when they don't have the ability to stick to walls.
Right.
Yeah.
All of these characters are obviously very different. They look very different. The worlds are very different. Tell me more.
Everybody's universe is drawn differently, sort of like they were each from a different comic book, drawn by a different artist.
Gwen's world looks like Gwen's comics, which have this beautiful gouache, watercolor, pastel vibe that looks like this.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Her world changes based on her moods. We visit Miguel's world in 2099 of Nueva York, which is based on the sort of 70s and 80s Sid Mead drawings of the future, which have this sort of aspirational quality that also has a kind of unfinished look to it, where you could see the lines under it. One thing that this film has special about it is that we can really lean into how each world and each character that comes from that world can have their own completely unique style and look.
There's 1,000 people that are going to be in the credits of this movie.
Actually?
Huge,
Yes.
1,000.
huge crew.
1,000 people, this massive crew.
Wow.
Biggest animation crew ever.
It looks like magic. But what's really happening is like 1,000 people are working super hard for like 3 years.
We are going to answer some fan questions, but before we poll one, the big question that everyone has, myself included, is about the music. Sunflower was such an iconic song and moment for the first film. Why do you think that the music in this film resonates so much with the audience?
That Sunflower song just took off like a rocket.
The directive was like, we want the music from the movie to feel like this is stuff that Miles listens to. It's
Sure.
Miles' personal soundtrack.
Right.
So that was our guiding
did Sway
principle
lean
for
on
it. Yeah. Yeah. So we were like, this
Okay,
is
good.
this is the character and this is the.
Who knows
the
what they
movie.
told Sway?
Yeah. And we got
Whatever, it
we
doesn't
got
matter,
the
we
demo.
got
We like
the-
this is great. They're like, let's partner him with Post Malone. We're like, awesome.
That's a high bar to clear for this next movie. So we brought in some reinforcements.
Yeah. This time we're working with legendary Metro Boomin.
No way.
Yes.
True
Way.
facts.
What? That is
It's true.
so cool.
If anybody's going to be able to make something that feels like it's Miles' experience, that guy knows what he's doing.
So the music's covered for all of those wondering.
And now magically you have a container full of
You
paper.
brought that from home?
Yeah, sorry, I
It
just.
fell from the sky.
heavy.
Thank you. Well, we have some fan questions.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
as I
Here
we
mentioned
go.
before.
Is that the internet?
There it is. This is how the internet works.
The internet.
You type it,
They
it goes
had-
in a piece of paper, and then it goes into a bucket.
It's like there's like a suggestion box
That's
somewhere
right.
outside of Sony.
Okay, she's
That's
drawing
what it
one.
is.
Here we
Okay,
go.
I have this theory that may explain the image of 2099 Spider-Man and Miles Morales Spider-Man fighting each other. Maybe the spot is after Miles Morales, and Spider-Man 2099 is attacking him because he's trying to protect him from Spot.
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting theory.
We don't want anyone's interpretation of art to be delegitimized. So,
Okay.
right? So you see what you see,
But no.
but no.
There it is. Okay.
There we go.
As an Indian fan of Spider-Man, how excited should I be for the introduction of Earth?
50101.
That one.
50101. Mambatan.
Hold on, it's not
Yes.
done.
Oh, that's
Oh.
not it. Okay.
Is it the little tease of something greater to come or just an Easter egg? By the way, I freaking love your work.
Oh, thank you.
What a
Thank you.
great question.
This is a great question. first
Especially
of
the
all.
last phrase.
It is more than just an Easter egg. We get to spend some good time in the India world, so it's
Yeah.
very cool. And
It's a whole.
full
It's
of
a whole
business.
ass reel.
Yeah, there's a lot.
come.
Get excited. That's my advice to you is to get very excited.
Yeah. Here
Yeah.
we go. Okay.
2.5. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, this is handwritten. Haley, two
Oh.
exclamation marks. So that's not a question. That's just a statement.
Okay.
Haley.
Got it, got it.
Is Gwen still jamming with her band in Across the Spider-Verse? Musical note.
There you go.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Way into this question.
Yes.
She might be jamming with Metro Boomin. So,
Wouldn't
TBD.
that be
I don't know what we're talking about. Okay, here we go. This is a good one. Ooh, what can Miles and Gwen shippers expect for the upcoming movies?
Oh. In the comics, there's
Yeah.
a whole sitting in a tree storyline. between Gwen and Miles, which was, it invites us all to imagine that they would make a great couple, but it's complicated, right?
There's a
What are you
lot
saying?
in the
Long
way.
distance
saying,
relationships are hard.
It is true. And also across like a different dimension, it makes
That's
it
like
extra
the
hard.
most long distance you can be.
Right.
They sort of always find their way back to each other in some way, some dimension, some shape and form.
There's a lot of Miles and Gwen and their relationship with each other, and it evolves.
Sure.
But that's about as far as we should probably say.
So there are about 100 million more questions that were submitted by fans, but I gather we got about as much information as we're going to get today from the both of you. So thank you so much.
We have one little extra special treat for you.
True. We have a special present for you. It is your spider Sona, and it's just on the screen right there.
Oh my
There it is.
God, what?
That's
That is
you.
amazing.
And with your 2 dogs.
With your 2 dogs.
as spider
Are you
folk.
kidding me? Tell me I can have that.
You can have
course.
that. Yes.
Oh
It's
my
a take
God.
home for you.
We want to thank you, fans, for tuning in.
The release dates are in the comments.
We will see you in theaters this summer.